In this tutorial, we will show you how you can efficiently and consistently work with the company and location administration in Empower. We use the Empower Docs version 9.2. When you use certain documents, like the template for a letter, some of the fields are automatically filled with general company or location data. This can include typical information like a logo or address, but even information such as banking registry or information regarding the current management board. To administer these kind of data, click on the Fill In drop-down menu and then on Companies. And note, this function is only available if you are an administrator. A new window will show up. On the left side, you see the current overview of all available companies. You can create a new company by adding a name and selecting a legal entity type, such as a limited, for example. Clicking on Add will generate a new entry for this company and corresponding fields, which are relevant for that kind of legal entity type. If you use a different legal entity or change it, fields may differ. You can then start right away filling in the most important information, e.g. regarding banking information or other general information. Please note, these fields are administered by the EAV editor, and therefore we have a lot of options regarding the individualization of these fields to your company needs. In this example, let's assume the current standard set will also fit for your requirements. Next, you can integrate additional locations via the Create Locations button. Simply type in the name of the location you want to enter and click on Add. Now you can either give additional information on the specific location regarding the address or the contact information and select a logo too. If you want to edit the information afterwards, you can do this, of course, as well. Additionally, you have the possibility to delete locations or companies if needed. Please keep in mind, deleting a company also deletes all location data. So if you want to delete a location only, you must actively select it and click on Delete. But keep in mind, a company should always have at least one location for Empower to work smoothly. In addition, you are able to edit permissions with just a few clicks. As a result, the options in the fill-in document dialogues of the end users will be limited to what they are enabled for. To add permissions, simply type in the name of the user you want to give specific permissions. After that, you can choose out of 3 different predefined permissions: read-only, author, or administrator. While with read-only permissions, the user can see and use the company's content but isn't able to modify it, authors can modify company's content additionally. Administrators can use and modify the company's content and are able to delete it and give other users permission. If you want to remove a user, you can use the corresponding option and then close the dialog. Now let's have a quick look on the language options you have and head over to the example company called Acme Incorporated. The first option you always have is the default option, which means that all the data that is included is valid for all languages. Of course, for logos or maybe some certain words, e.g. city names like Cologne, a particular language-based option for this information could be desired. While the default option is always available, you can set up variants for each languages to cover language-based information properly. For example, you see that the Acme logo in the German variant is a bit different as it contains the flag, and therefore we can manage this logo within the German language options, so it is only displayed when German as a language is chosen by user. Normally, English is set as the default language, but can of course be changed to any language. Information that is displayed in light gray in the language variants was not specified in this language and is therefore automatically taken from the default values. You can then fill in all the information to all kinds of different languages, and languages you do not use you can ignore because it will be the default values. In other words, Empower will always check on the most specific entry and will then go to more general ones when filling in a document. So if there is a specific language on a location level, it will be used. And if there is none, the default language is the one that is used. So now we have preset everything here. Let's have a look on what a standard user is experiencing when he opens up a document. When he opens up a document, his standard profile data will be pre-selected, but if he needs to do a certain adoption, he can choose from the data that you enabled him to see. For example, let's change the location here and change the language of the document to German too. Now you see that any kind of terminology that you used within the company legal entity will be adopted according to the right language and filled up automatically using Empower. Good to know. All the principles shown also apply to the handling of Empower mails, because the same database is used. Now it's your turn. Get started and try out these features of Empower Docs yourself. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us.